Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the studio. Happy Sunday. I hope you're having a good weekend. Where do we want that pointed? It's a little bit to the side, isn't it? Here we go. Which way do we want to go? No, we want to come more this way. Well, that's the table's fault and can't do anything about it. Hey, Spook! Good afternoon. I am catless today because Kiba is outside taking a nap in his sunny spot. And Minnie has called herself a lizard. And so she is amusing herself with that. So I am unsupervised today. Shazam! Hey, welcome! How have you been? Yeah, it's a gorgeous day outside. Unlike the rest of this week when we're about to have a once-in-a-lifetime meteorological event happening when it's going to be cloudy, today is beautifully sunny and clear. 90% cloudy, 90% chance of it being cloudy on Monday, like everywhere except Maine. We have lizards in Kentucky. We have lizards. See? See, we have lizards. They're not that big. They're the little bitty lizards. So there's really not anything for Minnie to be proud of. She just likes playing with them. You need to cook your ramen in a Poly Studios bowl. Everyone should. It makes it better. Gonna make this, measure it, and then set my guide again. I got all my mugs from yesterday assembled and all the yarn bowls cut. Okay, that one needs to be a little bit taller, so I wonder if my guide is anywhere similar to where it should be, because I know I've moved the camera around. No, it is not. So we'll see if that works. So I know what I'm aiming at. Do I want the ones, the displays that flip up, or just one, just an added shelf on top? Ooh. I'd say whichever would be the easiest to manage and move around. it may, since we already have the displays, it may be easier just to put a shelf on top. And that may be the easiest to store as well, because we could just store them in the van and that space on top that we have. Though I may be giving the van more space than it actually has. Maybe thinking it has more space than it does. Alright, that's good. That is correct. Where did it go? What did I use it for? There we go. I moved my tools around, and then I forget where I put them. It's like I like the look of the ones that flip up, but I don't know like how logistically how they would work. Would the added shelf on top be something that we, that's attached, or that's added later? Like when we get to a show? Trying to make sure we're on the same page. This clay is so soft. Like, I made it that way on purpose, but it is, it's not very forgiving. But it is a lot easier to work with. In the sense that you're not, like, when you're doing several at a time like I am, like, you're not straining yourself. You don't have to put very much pressure on the clay to move it around. Alright, now I was going too fast and it started sagging on me. There we go. Yeah, I think for the show displays, either way, we need something to securely have at least 2 more shelves above the displays, especially when we're in only a 10 by 10 booth, because that's what we run into is like no one is going to see what's on the bottom 2 shelves. So those are just storage because nobody can see them. And so we need to be able to move everything up a little bit so it can be seen. There we go. We'll convince this thing to be a mug eventually. There we go. I'm gonna stop messing with it. Should be light and easily built as well. It's got to be sturdy enough to hold pottery. A lot of it. A lot of it. I know some people, when they go to a show, they like try to make a good like environment, try to make a you know, maybe a minimalist, like put everything out, make it look pretty as if you're in like a booth at a shop. We put everything out. We put every blessed thing out there. And when we have 2 booths, we still put everything out, but you can spread out more. But when you have only 1 booth, we like... You gotta use what you get. Use the space you got. Gonna see if I can share a picture. I don't know if I can. I gotta remember where I put the picture that I took. Yeah, that's one of them. Let's see if I can share this. I was going to show you a picture of some of our booths. This was the last show we were at. Yeah, you can't post links. I mean, we've got shelves. We've got all kinds of stuff. Yeah. Tell me if you can see that. Tell me if you can see that, and then I'll post other pictures if you can. Because that's one. I think the other are just like a... close-up pictures. And that's where we can spread out a little bit. But that was our booth at the Kentucky Crafted Market. That was the wholesale day. So that's not even a good example of when I say we put everything out. That was wholesale day. So that was very, like, spread out. I don't know if I took a picture of retail day. I don't think I did. We've had different types of shelves. We've had some of the first displays we had were kind of metal baker's racks that folded up that were 6 foot tall. We still use those. We've had them for over a decade now, and they've held up. But they're heavy. I can move them by myself, but it's not easy. And then we switched to some lighter weight foldable metal shelves, but they were lightweight, so they got beat up really easily. And when doing shows, you've got to think about, are you going to be inside or outside? And for outside shows, like some of the, like, you know, metal shelves, like, yeah, it's good. They don't necessarily, like, deteriorate if they get wet, but if you're using fiberboard, anything made out of fiberboard, you can't get wet. The cases that Daniel has made now, which are in that picture, they are road cases, so the boxes are on wheels, and they roll in and roll out. And they have, like, boards that go over the side to keep everything in, and we pack the bottom couple shelves with everything, and then so we don't have to load in as many individual boxes. So a lot of the stuff is already there. Blue-eyed cat, hello. Good afternoon. And so now we're at the stage of, like, okay, the road cases work, but we need some extra height. So what do we add on? Do we add on to the road cases and make them heavier? Do we make or have things that we add on top of them? Well, now stay stuck. Yeah, we're trying to maximize everything. Maximize space, maximize, like, how much we have to lift and move. Putting everything on wheels. Because we can't put all of our stuff in the displays and roll them around. We wouldn't be able to move the things. So we got the idea from someone who was selling socks, and they loaded up their displays with socks and rolled it in, because they had them, like, hanging on little, like, pegs, and rolled that in. But socks aren't that heavy. No, and that's actually, we're going to have to plan for that, because we're going to be on grass at this next show. We only do 2 shows now that are, well, I guess 3, technically, that are outside that we have to roll things onto, and that's always the kind of, like, the literally sticky part of it. Yeah, wheels are good if you do mostly inside stuff, but we've managed to make it work, because we'll take plywood with us, or just have something to make a little, you know, path out of. So the clay I'm using right now is does have some of the scraps from yesterday. I put them back in the pug mill and mixed it with fresh clay. So this is I'm making is it zombie pots or Frankenstein pots? I'm using the dead corpses of their fellows to make new things. They're not technically eating each other, so I guess it's Frankenstein pots because I'm using one piece to make another. Yeah, but get bike tires, like the 15-inch bike tires, yes. That would take up so much room, though. Take these things off-roading with us. $30.89. You love your travel mug. Good. I'm glad you're happy with it. Come on now, stay with me. We like all things wibbly wobbly, but only in theory. Only when they're timey-wimey. There we go. Your coworkers love it too. Oh, you have to keep an eye on it. Woo, woo. I bumped everything, didn't I? Here we go. So, excuse me, this thing left my hand and it stuck to the clay, obviously, and I thought it was just going to sling it off, so I jerked my hand away really quick, which is what you're supposed to do, because if this thing were to come flying at me, it would cut me, and there would be blood. So let's fix this little guy. Let's put everything back the way it's supposed to be. There we go. So Blue Eyes, do I just go through and pre-blob the clay? Yes, so that is actually, we measure it out. So each piece starts as the exact same weight, which for this is 1 pound and 2 ounces. Because that 2 ounces is about what will be trimmed off. So each of these starts off as 1 pound, 2 ounces. That's the first step in making sure everything is around the same size. And then I also measure, so I've got a guide set up. When I did my first one today, I measured it, I threw it, I measured it, adjusted it, and then made sure it was the right size, set my guide so that I have a line on my screen that I can use to measure everything by. But I kind of like that term. I might start using that. We're at the blob stage. We need to blob the clay instead of way up and pug the clay out. That's what I call it, pugging it, because we run the clay through the pug mill. We mix the scraps with about 50% scrap with about 50% of the fresh clay, just to keep everything moving. We're just going to call it blobbing it out. Like, I don't know how many I will make today, but I've got roughly 70 I can do. Do you believe we have 11 so far? We're sinking. We're sinking. We're wobbling. I made it even more wobbly, didn't I? I'm gonna quit messing with it and just let it be what it is. Yep, it's alright. It's just wider than the others. Meanie meanie. Doesn't want to be my friend. The great lizard catcher. I don't think I like this one. It keeps trying. It keeps sagging. I'm gonna see if I can make it a bit taller and thinner. If not, then I'll just toss it. I'm gonna put some pressure back on the bottom so it'll stick again. I just don't like that one. See, that's so much better. I'm glad I did that. Hello! from Denmark. Hey, I recognize you. I sent you an email, didn't I? Well, this is exactly how all of the mugs are made. Yeah, good afternoon or good evening, everybody, depending on where you're from. My name is Amanda. I am Play in the Mud on Twitch, Pauly Studios on Facebook and YouTube and Kick. So welcome from wherever you are watching. I'm working on my 20-ounce mugs, which means they will hold 20 ounces when they're done. That's the style of mug I'm working on right now. This is how they all start out. I'm making the mug bodies. And then once they dry out, I will add a handle and I will add the customization, whatever has been ordered. Try to give this some shape. Slow it down a little bit. That's a little bit better. And just like that, we have a mug. Like I said, these will hold 20 ounces or around 600 milliliters. They are bigger than that right now, but they will shrink a little bit in the firing process through the firing process. So I have to account for that when I'm making them. We have 16 so far. It is just me today. I am unsupervised. My cats are off doing their own thing. Minnie's off catching lizards, and Kiba is just napping in the sun. Oops, I need some more tiles. I've got, like I said, I've got 75 pieces, 70 or 75, something like that, of these that I can make. And I've got to remind myself that I thought about doing some small bowls too, so I may do that when I get towards the end. Because this is the same size as the small yarn bowl, the same amount of clay that I used for the small yarn bowl, so I could make some of those too. Because I want to make some of the small double yarn bowls. Let's do this a little bit more. Slow it down just a tiny bit. There we go. It doesn't look pretty right now, but it will in a minute. Here we go. You just had a lady testing handles for the last 1.5 hours? Wow. And then didn't buy anything? Was she just chatty? And bored? Oh, wow. Okay. So she found some handles that she liked then. This can still be a mug. Let's work with it a little bit. I know exactly who you're talking about, Wonder Hamster. Yep. I'm gonna straighten out that rim. Where did I put all my tools? I moved them. All right, I think we finally got it. I think we're good. I'm gonna call this one done. I thought I heard Minnie coming through here. I thought I heard. Oh, there you are. I heard your little jingly bell. We still here? We are. Shoo. But my wire for my headset got caught on something, so I had to make sure everything was still attached. Groomy Tails, hello. Good afternoon. And welcome to the studio. Good. Wait, no. Wait, we weren't open last Sunday. Wait, that was a trick question. That was a... Last Sunday was Easter. I remember now. Hey, Minnie. Welcome. Mm-hmm. Groomy Tails, oh, what did you see? You saw the mug that Janie has? Which one do they have? Is it the one they got from TwitchCon? Well, thank you so much. Well, this is how they all start out, just as little blobs of clay. Supervised by cats. The Hufflepuff one. Huffly Puffs. Yeah, I've got some of those in stock if you want the yellow ones. Here we go. So I have made how many? $23 so far. I've got roughly 70 of these I can make. We'll see how far we get. But I think, like I said, I may make some bowls as well as these mugs. Supposed to hydrate every 10 pieces, but I forget. Do we ship to Germany? We do. We ship all over the world. If you go onto the website and put something in your cart and put in your address, it'll give you a shipping quote. It's not going to be pretty, but we can get it there. Yeah, international shipping can get really expensive, but, you know, I can get it there safely. There's 25. We are Minnie's nap time spot today. Get the water out of there and we are good. So Gurumi, how did I start with pottery? Was it just something that I gave a try at some point? Yes, it was. I took a class. I took a class when I was in college, and I really fell in love with the process. I was already studying, like I was an art major, and I was studying 3D art. I was a sculpture major. That's what my degree is in. But I really fell in love with the concept of making things that, you know, making 3D objects that were also functional. And I love learning how to use the wheel. And so after school, I started working with another full-time potter. We set up kind of an informal apprenticeship, and I learned a lot about how to make a business, the business side of being an artist. And when I opened up my own, or when I got my own equipment, I started making functional pieces. Right, I need to figure out if you need to stay till 5 and see if there's any more tour buses that come through. Oh, was that only 2 weeks ago? Shoo. Jesse, how are the cats doing? They're fat and happy. We got Minnie here, and Kiba's outside snoozing in the sun. But yeah, we've been doing this full-time now for 12 years. Started out just doing it in my garage, you know, while working full-time. Till we built up business. Shoo. We're tall enough. I can let that go. Let's smooth this out. There we go. Perfect. Yeah, I like making things that people can use every day. I like making well-made things that people can use every day, instead of just something to put on a shelf. Hey, Tech. Good afternoon. Tech, you use your mug almost every day. I love it. It does make me happy when I hear people that use my mugs, or when I see people using the products. You love it so much you want to get another one. Well, do you have your eye on one in particular? So we've got a lot of in-stock stuff right now. I was just adding some more flower pots to the in-stock section this morning. Because 'tis the season. The blood and bloody ashes, yes. The Wheel of Time mugs. So, I don't know, we may have talked about this before. Did you, have you watched the show, or, are you a fan of the show, or just the books? I happen to like both. I think the show was doing a good job. Talking about the Wheel of Time. Do I only sell online? No, we sell in person as well. We have a brick and mortar shop in Nashville, Tennessee. And then we travel around to different shows. Like, there's different conventions that we do throughout the year. So there's some places you can find us in person. But we'll never be able to take everything we offer with us to any show. Yeah, shipping to Canada is a bit much, yeah. I don't know, what's the farthest north we do? I guess New York, Rhinebeck, New York in October. Oh, Gurumi, oh, fire away with your questions. No, I love questions. And sometimes, you know, I forget to explain what I'm doing. So if you ever have a question about the process, you're like, why did you do that? Just ask. You haven't seen a stream of products coming out of the kiln in a while. I think it's been about a week. Here we go. Let's see if I can do this without having to clean my hands off. There we go. I think that's a little bit better. All right. My glasses felt like they were kind of falling off and tilting. See, I've become like queen of the nose twitch to push my glasses up. Hands-free glasses adjustment. Yeah, usually the last several like kiln openings I've done have been like either at the beginning or the end of a stream, so it's not been just that by itself. And so I think what the last time I did one, it was just at the end of a stream. It wasn't even in the title or anything. I'm trying to think of what day that was. I think it was one of the glazing streams. No kiln today, nope. They're all empty. That's why I gotta make more stuff to put in them. You'd be interested in seeing the tools that I am using. Yes. So some of the tools I'm using you're going to laugh at because they're just like repurposed from kitchen tools or other things. So, but the main thing is the wheel here. So this is the wheel head. I've got this is the base of this is the wheel itself. I've got a bat sitting on here, which is plastic that I've cut a hole in. There are bolts in the wheel head of the wheel that I just clip this onto so it sits there. I cut a hole out so that I can use these tiles. These are just plain old floor tiles, and it's a system that I just made myself so that I didn't have to use these big pieces to make small things, because most of the things I make are mugs. So I can use these little tiles to move around the mugs without having to try to pick them up off the wheel. And they don't take up a lot of room. So I'll go through the process. The very first thing, one of the really most important things to do when you're starting off making a piece on the wheel is to place the clay firmly on the wheel. Make sure it's stuck, because you're going to be spinning really fast and you don't want this flying around hitting you, your camera, your cat, anybody. So got it on the wheel. First thing I'm going to do is compress it a bit to make sure it is stuck. So just put some weight on it, compress it, and then I'm going to center the clay, which is just what it sounds like. Center is I'm going to put pressure from two sides here. I'm going to use the kind of the back sides of my hand to push this into a cone and then compress it back down. And that's going to center bring all the clay up and back down again. That's going to center all of it. And that is the first step, and usually the hardest step to learn, because it takes just putting the right amount of pressure on the right spot. So I'm doing this. I've got my arms on the splash pan. I'm just raising them to make a cone, and then using kind of this part of my right hand, because I'm right-handed, putting downward pressure with that, with my arms still on the splash pan, so I'm not moving. A lot of people, when you start, they try to they get spinning with the wheel. You want yourself to stay put. You want to move the clay, not have the clay move you. So we're centered. I'm going to open this up. I like to use my index finger and then make a base. Just move my hand to the side, make a base. Always add a little bit of water, because you don't want your hand sticking to the clay. That's what, when the clay sticks to your hand, that friction can cause clay to come off on your hand, or if you've got the wall's already built up, it can cause it to wobble really badly. So now I'm going to grab my first tool, which is this. This is my sponge, which is what I'm going to be using most of the time. I use it to add water, but also to kind of help get underneath the clay a little bit, so I'm not constantly rubbing, grinding my fingernails against the bottom of the wheel. So right now, you can do this in several steps. I'm being a bit more efficient. I'm doing it all in one step. I'm going to bring this up into a volcano shape, I'm getting underneath it here with my middle finger. Have my index finger on the inside and then my left hand here just for support. I'm pushing in and then raising it up into a volcano shape. And if you're starting out, you'll do that in probably several steps to get it that high. And so I've got my sponge here that I'm going to hold for the most of the time until I switch out to another tool while I'm pulling the clay up. And now I'm getting inside here. I'm going to get underneath the clay and I'm going to push out a little bit. So I'm going to get underneath it like that and then push out a little bit. That little bump is made by my middle finger on the inside. Get that extra clay off. And I'm going to get underneath here and I'm going to lift. So it's a stretching motion. It's not really a pinching motion, which is what you kind of think it is when you see somebody doing it. It's a stretch. It's a like stretch the clay out and then stretch it up to do a pull. And so, and you just want to have your hands moving at the same speed as the wheel to do this evenly. And then get some more water. And do it again. And this time I'm going to raise the clay. I'm going to stretch it out a little bit. Pushing out, pushing in. Because I know what I'm making. I'm making a mug. And so I'm going to skip a few steps. Now I go for my like claw tool here, which I have had for almost 10 years. And it's just now starting to wear away a bit. But this is a handmade tool that I got at a convention. It's so I need to find them again and make another. But they're very well made. But it's a tool that I use to trim the little bit of clay off of the bottom here. Like that. Because I'm not going to use that clay for anything else. And then I put it in my bag of scraps so that I can reclaim it tomorrow. That's what I use that for. And then I'm going to get out my metal rib, which is this. There's different types of ribs, and ribs are just something that you help, that you use to push against while you're throwing to help you shape the pot. That's what a rib is. So it helps shape it. That's why it's called a rib. I've got this one. I've got a rigid one that is, you know, it doesn't bend that well to help like support the weight of something. But this one is good for mugs because I don't need it to support weight. I just need it to shape and smooth. So I'm going to go on the inside here. I'm going to turn this down just a little bit and start at the bottom and just with very light pressure just stretch this out against the shape of the rib to give it that gentle curve. And then I'm going to look at my camera and see that that needs to be a little bit taller, so I'm going to stretch it a little bit to get it to the height that it needs to be, and then shape it again and be just about done. Here we go. And then I'm going to get my sponge again and get the water out of the bottom, because if I leave the water there, then the bottom of the mug's just going to dissolve. I have a piece of fishing line that I've tied to 2 pieces of scrap sponge that I run underneath the pot to cut it off. And then I have my my scraper that I use to pry it off. And then I also have a ruler. I have a few like cutting tools if I need to trim something off, but that's about it. And now I have 31 pieces. Oh, you're welcome. I need to do that more often. I just feel like everybody's heard it so often that I'm going to bore people, but I should do it more often. There we go. Place the clay firmly on the wheel. And as you can tell, it doesn't bother the cats at all. Like, it does make quite a bit of a sound and kind of shakes everything, but they don't care. It's just one part of the sounds of the studio. And the wheel is electric. I learned on a treadle wheel, which was just, leg powered. And then, of course, there's just ones that have a big wheel at your feet that you spin. But I'm standing at the wheel now, so I've got it, like, propped up on cinder blocks. Versus sitting. So I'm controlling it with a little knob every so often. Meditating to watch the form shape. Yeah, the shape form. Yes. I've had several people tell me that. But it's just as relaxing of a process for me to do. I know we've got an ad starting soon. So if anybody wants to skip the ad, you could sub to the channel. Otherwise, we're going to take a bit of a break here in a minute. There we go. Gurumi, yes, you should. It is a lot of fun. It is a lot of fun. Sunny Mini-Me. Hello, good afternoon. Well, I'm sure everybody's in an ad right now. Hello, buddy. Did you hear us talking? Come on. Come on. Come on. I know you can do it. I know you prefer to be picked up. There you go. It'll be a surprise when the ad is gone. Hey, Sonny. Yeah, good evening then. It's 11 in Germany. Whoa. Time for bed. So this is our other studio cat. This is Kiba. Kiba was the first studio cat. He's our old man. He is at least 16 years old, whereas Minnie, the gray one over here, is only 6. Yeah, buddy. You enjoy crafting? You use wool as material? Yes! Oh, see, the next show we're going to is actually a sheep and wool festival in Maryland. The Maryland Sheep and Wool is what it's called. It's one of the largest in the U.S. Largest festivals in the U.S. for the fiber crafts. Hey, Ari! Yes, Kiba is the best cat. Here we go. We ready? You ready, buddy? Yes. Show everybody all your magnificence. There we go. Yeah, so yesterday I was making yarn bowls, and I'll be making more. Like today, a lot of these mugs are going to be like yarny type mugs that have different like knitting or crocheting puns on them. Or that simply say, I heart yarn, or I love to knit. Yeesh. Kiba is blessing us here. He's providing the 2% cat fluff that is guaranteed in every piece. Cat fluff is the secret ingredient that makes our pottery so great. Kiba is always doing his part. He's always so helpful. Hit me with your club tail, sir. I don't want to pet the belly. Chomp. You probably could. He has such thick fur. Make him a little sweater out of his own fur. Did he have the club tail? Yes, he's had an accident sometime in his past. He came to us that way. And he doesn't jump very well, so I think he probably got hit or something and lost his tail. Maybe he has hip problems, but he's just always been this way. But he's never jumped very well, which has made him the perfect studio cat, you know? He just never moved very fast. But he's super, super loving, as you can tell. Like, if anybody that walks in the studio, he will do this. He will go up and expect pets. And most people that come in will love to pet him, so of course he thinks that everybody that enters the door, comes inside, is here to see him. Well, yes, sir. All right, buddy. Break's over. Go see Minnie. And yes, that is his own custom water bowl that I made for him. Raised water bowl. He is a lot of cat. And he's not as big as he used to be. He was like 22 pounds at one point. Now he's down to about like 15 or 16 or so. But he's just a big cat. It's not all fat, but quite a bit of it is. Will we have the raised cat bowl in the future? Yes. I don't know if we've got the listing for it on the website yet, but it is something that we've got a couple of in our shop. So we will get on that. It was actually a custom request for somebody else. They wanted one for a French Bulldog. And I used Kiba as my model because he's about the size of a French Bulldog. And he really likes it. It keeps him from splattering and making a mess everywhere. You leaving me? Minnie's like, good riddance. Oh yeah, your Maine Coon. Another big kitty. What happened, Spook? Oh no! Okay, so I can see that, but I didn't realize that it was yeah. Tagged that. £30! Whoa! I didn't realize they were that huge, but that makes sense. That's like 2 Kibas. Right now, that's 2 Kibas, yeah. So I know how big Kiba was in his heyday when he was eating next door, and that was big. Because we have a restaurant next to us, an Italian restaurant, and when we first moved in here, apparently he would go and beg next door for food from their back door. And they thought, because he was so fat, they thought he was a pregnant female. And so they were feeding him. So for a while, that cat was eating better than we were, and we didn't know it. Groomy Tails, have a good night, and thank you so much for stopping by. Kiba had fancy Italian food. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, Alfredo. Yeah, one day when we had the back door, open and we let the cats out. Then for some reason we closed the back door. The cats were still out, and then I opened it, and there was a little plates of chicken Alfredo outside. Not for us, for the cats. All right. I think that's good. What happened to Kiba's Italian food supply? Yes, they realized he had a home, that he was perfectly fine, and they quit feeding him. Supposedly. And then the pandemic happened and they were closed for 2 years. They're back open again, but with different people. And Kiba can't fool them anymore. Oh, really? Alfredo is such an American Italian thing, really? Just cheese. grown up mac and cheese. Oh, Sonny, so yeah, you know what you're talking about. Drock Envious? Is that how you say your name? Welcome. Thank you for the follow. Yo! Alright, let's see. See if we can save this one. So with a fairly even tear. Let's see. But you love mac and cheese. You'll go to an American diner near an army station there. Yes. Can't go wrong with cheesy noodles. Spatzel? I've heard of that. Noodles with cheese from cows on the Alp meadows and onions. Yeah, that name sounds familiar to me. I wonder if it's something that, like, there's a German restaurant in Columbus, Ohio that is, like, famous for being on a lot of, like, food shows and such that we go to whenever we're in that area. So it's probably not exactly what you eat, but it's maybe similar. Ooh, favorite German dish. Cream puff? Apple strudel? No, my husband is the kraut and sausage person, so he would, he enjoys his German foods more. Though I don't know that I can say I've actually had probably a lot of authentic German things. If I would even know what that is, you know? I do have a sweet tooth, yes. I probably should know more. My maiden name is German, but that's about all I know about it. It's Hatman. Yeah, not sure how traditional German that is, yeah. Kuchen. So what is that? A raspberry custard kuchen? What is that? Describe that to me. It's a cake? Oh, okay. It's like if cake, pie, and flan had a child. Okay. So a custardy pie. Raspberry custard pie. I shall have to look this up. Spook's like, see, I remember something from German class. The important stuff. Yeah, like if we have like German restaurants here, like they have pretzels and kraut and sausage, and so I don't know how much of that is traditional German food or if it's just what Americans think Germans eat. You know? So now I know the American restaurant in Germany serves mac and cheese. I'm sometimes curious to know what American restaurants serve in other places. A biscuit dough base at the bottom. It's very creamy and dense. Ooh. You've made several cakes with raspberry, but nothing traditional. Sausages and sauerkraut is typical for your region, either with a slice of bread or smashed potatoes. There you go. Can't go wrong there. Beet eggs are pickled eggs with beet coloring. Okay. I've never had any of those. Is that Baba Ganoush? I guess I never knew how that was spelled before. Your Rob doesn't like chickpeas, so it's all for you. Falafel. What is baba ganoush? Like hummus, but made with eggplant. Okay. You live in a town with lots of Turkish, Arab, and Italian immigrants. Ooh, so you've got some good food. Need to get some more tiles again. We have 46, so we're moving right along. Be nice to share food via chat, wouldn't it, though? Smell-o-vision. Aller one, hello. Good afternoon. I'm trying to make it muggy in here. I'm succeeding a little bit. We have 47 mugs now. 47 mug bodies. You just had dinner and now you're wanting pizza because we're talking about food. Come on now, stay with me. Let's straighten up now. Straighten up. You had Indian food. Nice. I'm going to have some stuffed mushrooms tonight. I've got some mushrooms I need to use up. So I'm going to fill them with cheese and spinach and meat. And they are going to be awesome. Stop writing about food! Very true. It's food is a popular conversation because everybody likes to eat. And especially since I make a lot of like food preparation items. It just naturally comes up. Here we go. Whoa, what is all this? I think I missed something important. Doodles, thank you for the resub. And Doodles, thank you for the raid. I just look up and there's like rainbows everywhere. I love it. Hey everybody. The emotes. The lurk emote is always my favorite. Love the cat in the box. Yes, for the lurk. And then there's the animated version. Or is that the animated version? Their Spook has it, yeah. Hey Knitter Girl, good afternoon. Today I'm working on mugs. We're trying to make it muggy in here. And so far I'm succeeding a little bit, I think. We are now at 50. 1, 2. This will be 52. Oh, there's another box. Cat in a box. Cat emotes are the best emotes. I have to look over here to see all the animated emotes. We have 52. So Doodles, what were you working on today? How was your stream? Thank you for bringing all your friends over. Thank you, Knitter Girl. Are those two that make a heart, Sunny? Yes, those two cats that make a heart with their tail. Aww. I can see movement, but I can't tell what it's doing on the rainbow. We get some more tiles. We do have an ad that's about to start. If you don't want to see ads, you can hit that sub button. Otherwise, ads do help support the studio, support the channel. And I think I'll keep on making some of these. We'll do at least 60, and then I'll see how many I actually have left and how many bowls I might want to make. Here we go. See what I'm throwing around. Okay. Ninja Girl, yeah, go ahead. Oh, wrong way. I meant to slow down. Yeah, Ninja Girl, you don't ever have to ask to share an emote. Is that Spook? Is that what that is? Cat? Is that cat trains? I'm trying to see what it is. I need to get my mouse. It is. There we go. Doodles, you just found the Pride mugs. Yeah. I just put some more of those together. Tiles. And the Kentucky Pride mugs, too. I've got some of those going into my next kiln load. Tired Paws, thank you for the follow. Spook, I think it's just Slytherin travel mugs. I think that was the problem because like I made a double-sided Slytherin travel mug for somebody else, and they immediately took it home and immediately dropped it. So it's just Slytherin travel mugs. That's the problem. Oh, the kitty. Kitty eating. Have you seen the snack time emote that we have? It's Minnie eating a lizard. Oh, you dropped a bowl on it. Vampire Ice Queen! Thank you for the resub. Thank you for the 89 months. That is a long time. That is a lot of months. Thank you so much for helping support the studio for so long, and most importantly, helping to keep the cats in kibble. Minnie and Kiba greatly appreciated. It's a kitty sipping coffee from a mug. That is perfect. See, our sub badges, every year that you are subbed, you get a different sub badge, and they are cats sitting in different pots that we make. Like Spook, is that one of them sitting in a teapot? Just assume that I can't see anything that small because my monitor is besplattered with clay, and plus I just can't see. Sasha, thank you for the raid. Whoa. Oh, Vampire Ice Queen has tricks in a mug. Aww. Welcome, everybody, and good afternoon. I'm trying to make it muggy in here today. We are at, I think, 54-ish mugs. Maybe more. 56, actually. Good midnight. Oh, good evening. Greetings from Germany. Wow. Welcome in, everybody. Yeah, welcome to Kentucky. It is just now 5 o'clock here. And if you're new to the channel, my name is Amanda. I am Play in the Mud here on Twitch, and that's exactly what we're doing today. Oh no! Oh, we'll get the Wonder Hamster on it. But welcome everybody. Sasha, what were you doing today? How was your stream? These mugs are going to be my 20-ounce mugs, which means they're going to hold about 20 ounces when they're done, which is around, what, 600 milliliters. They're bigger than that right now because the pieces will shrink as they go through the process. So I have to kind of account for that a little bit. Make them a little bit bigger than I want them to be. Here we go. You're normally working with wood, epoxy, or acrylic paints, but today you started a robot building project. Whoa! Your first RC project. Whoa, that sounds like fun. So you're building a robot. Is it like from a kit, or are you just like making it up? There's a, like, are you talking about like the fighting robots? There's like a robot competition at Dragon Con every year, which is a convention we go to that we're going to be a vendor at, and they, you go build your robot and then fight them. Yeah, oh, Spook, your friend is part of the Dragon Con BattleBots group. He was also on the TV show. Nice. Those are always fun to watch. You want to make a small version of R2-D2 without a kit, completely from scratch. And then have a remote control to have him walk around with you. Minnie keeps walking around my feet like, aren't you done yet? Let's see if we can put this guy back together. I'll be a bit more careful with it this time. There we go. Sasha, thank you for the follow. Yeah, get some sleep. Oh, Spook, your Lita just crawled into your lap. Time for cuddles. Okay, let's see how many I have left here. I'll do this one as a mug, and then I've got 12 more that I'm going to do as bowls, to be double bowls, double yarn bowls. And y'all are going to have to help me remember to make bowls when I start making bowls, because I'm going to just automatically try to make mugs. The side-by-side ones, yes. There'll be 2 bowls put together with a handle in between them. So one of the thrifters you watch on YouTube thrifted a really cool setup of dip bowls. It's one piece, but 3 bowls connected in the middle with the handle like ours. Yeah, and so that's what a lot of people like. So if the doubles are yarn bowls, I also make them without holes in them and sell them as like nut bowls or dip bowls, and people buy them that way. So the same amount of clay, and we're going to make this one a bowl. So we start that same process. We're going to make our volcano shape, but this is where we differ. Instead of pulling this straight up, I'm going to get underneath the clay and I'm going to open it up. I'm going to use my bigger rib. To help me support that shape at the bottom. And there we go. That's my bowl. Yeah, you try to thrift all the clay handmade bowls just like the blankets. Yes, give them a good home. I do the same thing whenever I was yard sailing and I would see a handmade mug, I would buy it. So I have some handmade mugs that I have no idea, you know, where they came from. I just got them from thrift shops or yard sales. So remember, we're making a bowl. We're going to open this up. We're going to get underneath here and do that. Oh, hey, Chainmail. You love the name. When you were in Boy Scouts, you would always join the muck walk. What was that? Yeah, it describes what I'm doing. I'm playing in the mud. Where could Minnie be? Where could she be? I don't know. Well, we'll never know. Hey, come on. Come on. Here you go. There was no other way for her to get over there. No other route possible in this room. You would go into a swamp and then cover yourselves in mud. They also showed us you a clay deposit. Afterward, you would walk back into the camp chanting, "Who wants a hug?" Oh, that's awesome. The cat needs to go that way. I see what you did there. Yep, she's got to get it just right, and then loaf. See, when I get done with my stream, I usually give them treats. So she's just keeping an eye on me, so she knows where I'm at, so she knows when it's treat time. Because usually when it gets warm, like it's starting to get warm now, we've got the back door open, and she'll go out and play all day, and then she doesn't want to come in. So I started rattling the treat bag, to get her to come in. And now, no matter what, whenever I get done with streaming, I have to give her treats. So I don't know who was training whom at that point, but... No, she's just staring into the abyss. She's staring at the wall. She's got her face turned away from us. Maybe she has her eyes closed. Said clay was fun to work with in school. You haven't done it since then, yeah. Well, it takes so much specialized equipment to process it. It's either you have somewhere that you can take a class at, or you don't have the ability to work with it. It can be expensive, though it's really not as bad as a lot of hobbies are. Because the materials are relatively inexpensive. It's the investment in equipment like a wheel and then a kiln and having somewhere to put it all. I'd say almost like dedicated space is the biggest thing because it's hard to move it around. You know, my kilns are wired into the electrical box. They're not that mobile. So that's usually what it comes down to more than anything else, is not the cost, is just the space that it takes up. You just hand out your chainmail because you don't have the space for them, yeah. That's another hobby that can be kind of relaxing. Or another process that can be relaxing is making chainmail. If I break a mug or something in my house, I can just go grab another. Yes. So the pieces I have at home are all the ugly pots, like the things that are cracked or a little bit wonky that I can't sell. I take them home and use them, and if they break, it's no big deal. Just go, get another wonky pot and use it. They're not that precious. I say if anybody were to judge my pottery making skills by what I have at home, I wouldn't get very high marks. But ugly pots need love too. You make jewelry and there's nothing as cool as armor, but yeah, you get into the zone and suddenly you lose 2 or 3 hours, yeah. I know there's an ad going on, so I'll answer questions after the ad. Wait, this is I'm making a mug. I forgot what I was doing. This might not be anything now. Because once you pull it too tall, it's done. You can't make it back into a bowl. Oh, you've got turbo? Okay, you didn't realize there was an ad. Okay, I get notifications when the ads go on. The mugs, I make them, the largest one I make regularly is a 32-ounce tankard, so... How many cups is that? 6 cups? It is comically large. It's like larger than is practical to use, but it is humorous. Alright, so we've got a mug instead of a bowl, because I forgot what I was doing, and I just went on autopilot. Talking about autopilot and like being able to just like zone out, and suddenly there's a mug. Is it hard to clean? Like, is it hard to clean the finished mugs, or is it hard to, like, clean up the clay? Like, the finished pieces are, like, dishwasher safe, microwave safe, oven safe. There's no special care for them. Right, thank you, Knitter Girl, thank you. Here we go. This is the same steps. Now, instead of pulling tall, we need to stretch out. There we go. Yay, we did it. We did the thing. Yeah, the finished mugs. Yeah, they're dishwasher, microwave, and oven safe. So, you know, like I said, no special care. You keep buying things and then realize, oh, my hand doesn't fit inside. Yeah, no, these are good sized mugs. The travel mugs are obviously like a little bit thinner because they're a narrower shape, but these have plenty of room. Or the mugs I have been making. Kiba's like, where'd you go? Yeah, like here's one that's finished. So it's the finished size, and you know, my hand is skinny, but I can, you know, get in there and out. Pretty easy. This is Kiba. Hey, buddy. I know my elbow's covered up. You can't bite me. Paragon, thank you for the follow. Kiba comes up here and wants pets. But he doesn't want to get his feet wet. So he wants me to stop what I'm doing to serve him. Which is standard catitude. Hey, buddy. I've set him up some stairs so he can climb up here and climb back down. So he doesn't have to wait on me. He's like, I'm not getting any pets. I'm out of here. You like hanging out with the makers because you want to buy everything or start making everything, yeah. Oh no, the Twitch Creative is a wonderful community because it's like so many of us, like when you're in school or taking a class, you have people around you who are like creative and you build off of each other's energy. But when you're by yourself, you know, it's hard to find that community when you're not in a building with other people. So that's probably one of the most valuable things about the Twitch community. Creative specifically. Hey, Wonder Hamster. Let's remember that I'm making a bowl here. There we go. One of these is going to be a custom bowl, because I had a custom yarn bowl, a 4-inch yarn bowl ordered, which is what these little ones are. I forget what it had on it, though. We have 2 left. Almost done. Chaotic Kitten, hello, how are you? Good afternoon. Here we go. I remembered to make it a bowl. Chaotic Kitten, we're doing good. We're actually at the tail end of our stream. I've got this one and one more to do. And then it's supper time. Already 2,000? I wish. My hands don't move quite that fast. Oh, you're still waiting for your new glasses? Turns out that the frames were too big. Luckily, you found frames that were smaller at the same price. Good. Wait, bowl. There we go. Because I've been making mugs all day, and it's just like autopilot to make a mug. But I remembered for the last one. Let me turn on the shot collar. All right, those look pretty good. $73, not too bad. And we didn't lose one. We had a couple of near misses, but we didn't actually lose any of them. Yeah, I'm glad you got to stop in for a second. Hey, Minnie. She's like, yes, it's treat time. She's like, I don't believe you just yet. She's like, yep, the keyboard's out. It's treat time. Let's see who's on today. Sleeping Luna, Lockwood Leather Crafts. Who all do you have on your tabs? Brox, I haven't seen him in forever. I guess I'm just not on at the same time. Looks like they're doing a charity stream too. Let's see. Here we go. I'm going to start the raid. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching today. Oh, you're watching Sea Otter highlights, that would be fun too. We're going to go see Brox doing some woodworking, and a charity stream too. So, thank you so much for watching. Thanks for hanging out with me while I got a little bit of work done. Thank you for spending part of your weekend here with me. I greatly appreciate it. And I will see y'all later. I may or may not be here tomorrow, but probably won't be here right at 2 o'clock because we will be watching the eclipse. But I will see y'all later. Enjoy your evening. Have a good night. And I'll see y'all later. Here we go.